Afternoon Experiment. My name is Emanuel Livingston. I'm with you until around 5 o'clock, going live. Y'all know how I do. I go live every day, just about Monday through Friday. At least I try to go live. Um, Hold on a second. Let me do that. Let me do that. Do that. So I'm live. Finally made it here. 513-717-5464. That's the number to get on board. I guess I have to do like an official opening. Welcome to the Afternoon Experiment. My name is Emanuel Livingston. My title is The King of Talk. This is the Afternoon Experiment. And, I got some things that I want to discuss. So let's get into it. I already got a call. Hold on, Omar. I'm going to come back to you in just a minute. But our Omar's on the line. Let's see. Let me see. Butler Brown checking in from Cartersville. Is that Cartersville, Georgia? Butler Brown checking in. Mike Ballard. Mike says, good afternoon. What's up? Anthony from Westwood in the house. I know I'm late. Please forgive me for being late. I got caught in traffic. Y'all know I got to go pick up the little baby, my granddaughter, from school every day. That's, part of my job as a grandfather, and I enjoy it. So yeah, we got caught up in traffic today, but I'm here now. All right. So don't give me too much of a hard time about it. All right. Sierra says, let's change the start time to 3:30 to help out with the traffic. If I thought that would help out, I would change the start time. But I mean, just keep checking. Just keep checking. I'll be here eventually, unless of course I'm not. Let's see. Carolyn, good afternoon. And Sierra, that's Sierra out of Boston. Quintano checking us out from beautiful Mount Auburn, he says. Andrea Russell, good afternoon. Brenda Early from Fairfield. Cleopatra Jones in the house. Power to the people. Terry Anderson from downtown. Some of my people, some Andersons. Terry, are you my people? Sabrina from Kentucky. Good afternoon. The Betting Public Sports Show. I think I know who that is. What's up? Welcome to the show. We gon' get into it. Let's see. Eloise, good afternoon. Lady Eloise. Marcus. Brandy, welcome from Springdale. Got Clifford says, man, that guy was wilding out on you about the players shooting the football players. We're gonna talk about it. Look like Wyatt, my man Wyatt, he made it to Wakanda. Say, I know you got the money, man. You can just get up and go to Wakanda. I gotta save up for my trip to Wakanda, but I'm gonna get there and support Wakanda with my tourist dollars. Let's see. We got Daryl. Good afternoon. All right. Let me see. I told y'all, Crystal, good afternoon. Told y'all, I got a call already on hold, and I definitely want to see what he's talking about. All right, Omar.
Yes, sir. What's going on, bro?
Hey, how you doing, sir?
Man, you know how it is.
Hold on. Before you get started, let me add legit. How are you doing? I saw a Facebook post. You was in the hospital with, looked like you had stuff going on. Are you okay?
Oh, I'm fine. I had one of my eyes had pressure on it, and they had to
Oh,
redo it some kind of way. I got a bionic eye. How about that? Man, that stuff is amazing what they doing, man.
okay.
It's amazing what they can do now, you know. But the one thing about it, though, where we disconnected, let's get all the way to the nitty gritty.
All right.
How we disconnect with each other is the problem with what's going on in this world.
Okay, hold on. I hear something going on in the background, and it's kind of distracting me. I don't know if you may be watching TV or listening to the radio. Is it possible to turn that down a little bit so I can hear you better?
Okay,
All right.
I'm turning it down.
I
But
appreciate
anyway,
that, sir.
I started on something at first, but it's still relating to what I said. I think you are ready to really take off and do some things.
Oh.
We got the internet to work with, and I've been interested in going and doing a documentary here in Cincinnati about gentrification and why the rich stay richer and the poor stay poor, and they take advantage of all the poor people. And to make a real change, man, you look back in the '60s where them young girls in Birmingham, they was, fighting them to, not to let them go to school, and we're still fighting the same thing, and that's what's going to change it, bro. Education is the education. I've been around a long time. I know the system. I've been incarcerated, and I want to start. Yeah.
Because you got a story to tell.
Huh?
You got a story to tell.
Oh man, do I have a story? I have more photographs. I have all the stuff we need, bro. I've been in the music business 50-something years.
I did not know that.
Oh man. And that's all I have to do. Let's go with the truth. See, that's what carries us on. It's the truth. When you learn the truth, and the lips of wisdom is closed except to the ears of understanding, you're going to have some experience under your belt. But I'd like to start it off with something that your brother wrote about me.
Oh.
In the Black Log.
That never ends well when people start with that. But go ahead.
Oh man, we getting ready to take it off, bro.
Oh.
I'm all set up.
Okay.
I'm talking about tough, man. They ain't got nothing on me. And we in Cincinnati. Do you know I talk about Mr. Baker? He was the first black to really be on radio in Cincinnati for Wiedemann's beer. He had 12 bars in 1940. He had a relationship all the way back to 37.
Omar, I don't want to cut you short, or I don't mean to necessarily cut you short, but I have a few things that I want to discuss. But just the main point, the main point of your call is what?
It's asking you to take this position that we have open.
Oh.
I got the cameraman already set up. All of that stuff is set up, and you're already growing. Yeah, you got a hell of a show. You got a hell of. I'm talking about international people and dealing with that because I've been over in Africa.
I did not know that.
You remember when I was on front page? You don't remember that? They hid that though. When I went to Africa as an ambassador to Jack Sims Shoe Company, I'm a shoe designer. But I'm talking about, bro, we can kick this off, man. Then advertise. I know the whole deal with the advertising.
Well, let's do this. I'll send you a message on Facebook. And, then you can send me a message and we'll connect and then, we can talk about it. All right?
Yeah, good. We got the studio over there and got everything set up, bro. I'm talking about for real.
Okay.
I'm talking about for real.
I will. I'll send you a message and we can connect and we can discuss it. Yeah.
Yeah. Gangs of us. It's gang us. Gangs of us.
Gang us.
Bad. Yeah, I'm telling you, bro.
That's what that means.
Be kind.
All right. Hey, well, I appreciate your call, and I will send you a message.
Yeah, then I can show you what I have.
Okay.
What I'm talking about. All right.
All right, sir. Thank you for your call.
Bro.
All right. That is Omar. Gangs of us. That's where that came from. This whole time we thought that came from Myosha, but no, it came from gangs of us. Gangus. All right. But let's see. 513-717-5464. I'll send him a message and we'll see what happens. I had a few things few things that I wanted to discuss. The University of Virginia football players who were shot and killed. I guess 3 of them were killed, 2 of them were injured. And it's a tragic story. It's a tragic story, no matter how you look at it. It is a tragic story. But before I just go to condemning people, I kind of want to know the story. I want to know the story behind the story. There's always a story behind the story. And it's not necessarily that there's anything that you're going to hear that you're going to be like, oh yeah, they deserve to die. No. But it might help you understand what happened, the mindset of the person who did it. I'm different than a lot of people. I believe there's a such thing as justifiable homicide. I believe that exists. I'm not saying this was that, but I believe that does exist. Absent any real details, I can't say, again, that this is what happened. I can't say that this is what happened. Crystal says, tell me what happened. Tell me what happened. The story, as I understand it, is that there was a guy who was a football player, had played at least for with the University of Virginia. Maybe not gotten in a game, but was on the football team. There was a trip with some of the players, and this player who, the latest stories that I've seen, and of course, stories are constantly coming out, but I haven't seen a story where they said definitively he was on this trip with them or he was not. But somehow he came into contact with them. Don't know what happened, but one person shot and killed at least 3. I believe 3 dead and 2 wounded, as last time I heard. Of course, when stories like this happen, there's always updates coming out. I heard someone saying something about he was hazed at some point. He was hazed at some point. I don't know. I don't know the details. I don't know the details. So until they give some details, I don't know. Wyatt said justifiable homicide is only good in self-defense, in his opinion. And for all I know, that's what it could have been. For all I know, that's what it could have been. I don't have any details of what happened to say it wasn't self-defense or it was. I don't know. And I posted earlier in the day that I would love to know, I need to know more details before I pass judgment. Because at some point, I will pass judgment. At some point, I will. I will make a decision for me who I believe was in the wrong and to what degree. At some point, I will make that decision. But as of right now, I can't say. Somebody, Fame, he was a little upset with me. He says, well, how could you make any excuses for this guy? I'm not making any excuses. I don't think I'm making any excuses. I'm just asking before I make a decision. I very seriously doubt I'll get all of the details. To some degree, it ain't none of my business. Why would I get all the details? But until I get more details, other than some athletes were shot, because that's what a lot of people going on. Oh, they were football players. And y'all know our love affair with athletes, especially, high profile sport athletes. If you're a standout at baseball, at football, at basketball, your life is more valuable than everybody else's. So we hear some athletes got killed. We automatically think, oh, this horrible, evil person. I'm like, I don't know. It might have been a horrible, evil person. Might have been somebody defending themselves. Might have been, some horrible, tragic, because I did in one of the stories see something about an investigation about hazing. First, I can't believe people still hazing people in 2022. When I say I can't believe it, okay, I believe it because it's definitely happening. But I can't believe it. Like, it's still happening? People are still letting people do stuff to them to join their club, their group, their gang, their whatever. Really? And so when I saw hazing, I thought, ooh, ain't really no telling what somebody might do. I saw somebody, and I actually saw it on here in one of the comments or a couple of the comments, something about somebody being gay or something like that. I don't know if that's true. I'm not putting it out there. Oh, he was gay. And somehow being gay makes you murder people. No, not saying that at all. But you put hazing in this ultra masculine thing. I'm just saying the idea. This is why I need more details. This is why I need more details. Crystal says it sounded like he snapped. I don't know. I don't know if he snapped because I don't know any details. Leonard says, yes, true. You a hatter. I don't have very many hats at all. I can only think of really one wearable hat that I have right now. I don't know if I could be considered a hatter. I don't make hats. I'm not sure. I reject that I'm a hatter. I totally 100% reject that I am a hatter. Okay? I just, because I know me. I don't really wear hats that much no more. But Crystal says, when did this happen? When did this happen? Was this yesterday? It was either yesterday or day before yesterday. I think it was yesterday. It was a vigil on Monday. I believe it happened yesterday. I'm kind of perusing the story, trying to see. I know they held a vigil, but I believe it happened yesterday. And it's a terrible, tragic story. Troy says Sunday night / early Monday morning. And they got him, I guess, in custody yesterday. I wasn't watching. I saw the press conference where the police they were giving a press conference, and then the person who was leading the press conference, somebody kind of came in and called him to the side. He went and he talked to them, and then he came back and he says, okay, he's been taken into custody because there was like a lockdown and a manhunt. They were looking for him. And so as they're giving the press conference, dramatically someone comes in to say, we got him. And he says, they got him, thank God. No more, they're not, because they were, of course, concerned somebody's running around shooting people and they might shoot somebody else. So as the police, they were concerned. But yeah, it's a terrible, tragic story. But I'm reserving judgment until I hear the details of what happened. I'm not one who says if you kill athletes, you're immediately evil. I don't know what happened. And details matter. Details matter. So I'm looking into that. Well, not looking into it, like I'm investigating. I'm just going to try to follow the story before I come to the conclusion that he's gay or he was hazed. They're mean jocks. You know what I'm saying? I don't know anything except for tragically right now, there are 3 young men dead, apparently killed by another young man, and 2 other people wounded. So that's at least 6 lives either taken away or horrible, put on a horrible path. And for what? I don't know. I don't know. And I don't even, the question came, well, what would you have to hear to say, well, that guy may have been justified? I don't even want to speculate, because it would be just that. It would be speculation. But there are a number of things that could be happening that make people say, no, that's not going to ever happen to me again. And to make sure of it, I'm taking you out. You'll never do that to me or anybody else. Well, again, I'm not saying that's the case here. I'm not saying that's the case here. Terrence says maybe people are killing just to be killing, and that's a possibility. That's why wanting to know more details, wanting to know facts before making a determination, he could have just been killing just to be killing. I don't know. Matriarchal mommy says bullies need to understand people can buy guns. And again, I don't know if this was a case of bullying, but I think that's been floated out there as potentially something that was going on. And let me say this to some of my, larger brothers and people out there. Little dudes ain't taking stuff no more. Like, I know y'all used to the, man, back in my day, you get your butt whooped, and you took a butt whooping. Nobody really taking no butt whoopings nowadays. It's not happening. To some people, that gun is a great equalizer. All right, you bigger than I am, sure. But I got something to equalize that. So how about, you know what I'm saying? It's not, not every big person is a bully. I'm sure there are some small bullies, but some people are used to, being bigger, throwing their weight around, thinking since I'm bigger, I can, dominate you or whatever. I'm telling y'all, people ain't going for that no more. And if you hanging your hat on that, like Terrence says, we got bullied when we were young, but we didn't shoot up our school. That's you. It's a different day. It's a different day. People are getting bullied, and so they shooting up the school. So the thing ain't to be mad at the people who shooting up the school necessarily. Well, yeah, you can be mad at them. But be mad at the bullies who are pushing them to shoot up the school. How about don't bully people? Well, but we got bullied. That was wrong. That was wrong. People shouldn't bully people. Because again, people ain't, this is 2022. This ain't 19, I don't know how old you are, Terrence. This ain't 1970. This ain't 1970. Where people knocking sticks off of people's shoulders and all of that kind of stuff. It's 2022. People shooting people. And if you feel like, I'm big and bad, so I can bully somebody, take it under consideration that person might have a weapon. That they're not going to let you do that to them. Brent says only take about 5 pounds of force to pull the trigger. Anthony says, moral of the story, just leave Miles alone. Period. Period. Leave people alone. If you want him in your circle, in your club, in your group, in your whatever, let him in. If you don't want him in, tell him, we don't want you in. And let that be that. But people ain't even taking hazing and stuff like they used to. People ain't taking that stuff no more. And I was talking to a friend of mine who is in a fraternity, and he was kind of sharing, even though he was really trying to not share, because you know how they are, you know. But he was kind of sharing, but kind of not sharing some of the things that he went through in the fraternity. No details, just general. But the general, I was like, what the? And you let him do what? I mean, just the name of the thing. Like y'all did, huh? Wait, y'all got people together and in a circle? What? What? I was like, I wouldn't have been able to do that. Well, no, because there's a night when they allow you to get people back. I'm like, yeah, that would have been the worst night for some people. That'd have been a crime scene. If they did some of the stuff that you're suggesting might have possibly happened to me, that would have been all bad for a whole lot of people. People ain't with that stuff no more. Well, some people are. Some people are so desperate to belong that they'll do whatever. But a lot of people ain't with that stuff no more. Look, this might be a hard thing for everybody to grasp. But people, treat people with respect. Leave them their dignity. Don't harm people for fun or whatever. Like that. This stuff is like simple stuff. Again, I don't know if any of this stuff happened with these football players. I'm not saying it did. But I'm not saying it didn't. I'm just saying in general, from high school to younger, up to people becoming and getting in all these little secret societies. They be hazing people too. Grown, old men be hazing one another to get into some secret society. You 50, 60 years old, still trying to get into somebody's group, so you let people do horrible stuff to you. Come on, y'all. And the people doing the horrible, oh, you want to be in my group? Stop. Stop it. Azuri, I hope I pronounced your name right, says, I do get your point. Bullying needs to stop, period. I don't know where the T comes from on the end of period. I don't understand how that's a thing. Somebody will have to explain that to me one day, because every time I see it, I think, why did you hit T? What does that mean? He says bullies need to be held accountable, but it's not fair to kill innocent people. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's not fair to kill innocent people. No one should, in theory, nobody should kill anybody. Now, innocent is one of them words where, you don't really know. You don't really know. What's innocent to you might not be innocent to me. If they thought, I'm on the football team, kicker, you never know. If I'm on the football team and some rumor going around that I'm gay, and so 3 dudes jump me in the shower and rape me, and 2 or 3 other dudes stand there and watch and laugh, are they really innocent? You know what I'm saying? So and I'm not saying that that's what happened. I'm not saying that that's what happened. I'm just, there are so many different things that one can imagine, and you don't know what happened. You don't know. Says, oh, so it was hazy. No. That's why I keep saying I'm not saying that is what happened. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. No idea. But hazing does happen. Hazing does happen. Nat says, I'm not going to prison for life over getting roasted. But like you said, we don't know all the details. Right. We don't know all the details. We don't know the details. People are a lot meaner now. If you fall down, they will film you before helping you get up. I don't know that that's necessarily mean. It ain't my job to help you get up. And if I see something funny and I want to film it and laugh at it, that don't necessarily mean that, Now, I wouldn't sit back and watch somebody abuse somebody. But, innocent little accident, I might laugh and film that. David says, good afternoon. Anthony says, nobody should invite you over to their house to murder you. Right, E? That's true. That has happened to me. Somebody legit. You can't make some of this stuff up. Well, you can, but I don't. Somebody legit invited me to their house to murder me. I'm not showing up to your house, especially when you done told me in advance why you inviting me. I'm not showing up to be murdered. You're going to have to find me, hunt me down. I'm not showing up to be murdered. It has happened. What? No, it's true. It's 100% true. It happened. Even though later on the person says, well, I didn't say I was going to murder him. I didn't say I was going to murder him. Maybe I'm just going to beat him down real good. You know what I'm saying? What? Who shows up to be beaten down real good or whatever? I didn't say I was going to murder him. No, it was not Lincoln Ware. And it was not Lawrence. It was not Lawrence. I'm not going to say who it is. But, yeah. People not showing up to get murdered. Like, I mean, kind of case in point. If you invite me over to your house to murder me, and I show up, just trust that I'm not showing up without an equalizer. Because you want to murder me. I want to be murdered. Say, well, why show up? I wouldn't, and I didn't. But I'm just saying somebody else might. Yeah. You can guess. You can guess who it is. You can guess who it is. He gave himself away over because this happened when I worked at the radio station. So he gave himself away over the air. The way he gave himself away was he called in to say, I didn't say I was going to murder him. Well, what did you say? I didn't say murder. Oh, okay. No, it was not Blake. What else is going on? What else is going on out there? I watched a little bit of Louis Farrakhan. And I don't remember the exact wording, but did he call LeBron and Shaq and Charles Barkley undercover punks? Did he call them undercover punks? I don't remember the exact wording, but he called them undercover punks. He talked about their secret relationship with Jewish people. He didn't seem really happy. So, and I think a lot of these celebrities who jumped on this thing initially are feeling a little bit of pushback from the Black community. They're feeling a little bit of pushback from the Black community. So some of them are having to back off of their initial stance. Some of them are, kind of trying to tone it down a little bit. Some are trying to redeem themselves with I think his punishment has been enough. Some of them are doing that. But I don't think you would have seen any of that if it wasn't for some pushback. And it's hard for me to endorse doing anything like protesting, boycotting black people. But it's not impossible for me to endorse that. It's just hard because I want to support black people. But if you gonna be a black person that don't support other black people, I don't know that I can support you. I don't know that I can support you. So I saw play for Boston. I think he's like the vice president of the Players Association. And he was kind of saying like, look, we got to really explore what's happening with Kyrie as the NBA Players Association. Not even necessarily as, a black man or whatever. Thank you, Jaylen Brown. Not necessarily even as a black man, but just, hold on. He said, look, if Adam Silver met with him and said, I don't think he's anti-Semitic. And the owner of the Nets, I don't remember his name. He met with him and said, okay, I don't think he's anti-Semitic. And he's apologized. But y'all still look at him and say, but you still got some work to do. He's like, that's inappropriate. What more work do I have to do? How much more sorry? Like, really, we getting into Toby territory? We get into Toby territory? Don't run away. Don't misbehave. Don't talk back. As a matter of fact, your new name is Toby. Say it. You know what I'm saying? You getting into Toby territory. What's your name? Kunta. What's your name? You know what I'm saying? What more do I have? When will enough be enough? Again, for nothing. When will enough be enough? And that's what he's saying. We're getting into Toby territory. I took it down. That's what y'all said. Take it down. All right, I took it down. Now apologize. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, that apology wasn't good enough. Apologize and make me feel it. Okay, I'm really sorry. Now, renounce anti-Semitism. Okay, I renounce anti-Semitism. I never agreed with anti-Semitism in the first place. So, okay, I renounce anti-Semitism. Give $500,000 to some Jewish people. All right, here's $500,000. Meet with the ADL, the Anti-Defamation League. All right, I meet with him. Well, we don't think he's an anti-Semite. All right, cool. I've taken all of your tests. Now apologize again. I already apologized. Now denounce the movie. Well, I don't know if I'll denounce the movie, but I will say that there are things in there that I didn't agree with, and maybe I shouldn't have put it out there if it was going to affect people in this way. That ain't good enough. More. You like what? And apologize again. The apology still, and I ain't feeling it. Look, I said I apologize. Well, now declare for everyone to hear that you're not an anti-Semite. These are all legit questions that I've heard him in multiple press conferences. Well, okay, they're not all. Some of them are. But these last few, these are legit questions that I've heard him asked in press conferences. Declare to the world that you are not an anti-Semite. And then he gets to a point where he like, look, y'all not just gonna hold me over the fire forever. I said I was sorry. I said I didn't agree with everything in it. I said, that it hurt people, and that was never my goal. I'm learning. He said, I'm 30 years old. I'm out here learning. Yes, he's 30. Now, while 30 is not high school, when you were 30, how much did you not know? How much did you not know? And that's what he told him. I'm 30 years old. I'm out here learning and I'm growing. And when I get information, I tend to share it. But I don't necessarily agree with everything that's in everything that I share. I didn't write it. I didn't make it. I just shared it. And then the dude came back like, well, but Kyrie, I think, of course, this was the brother, but Kyrie, I think that what people really want to hear is they want to hear you say that you're really sorry. And they want to know that you mean it. And they want to hear you say that you're not anti-Semitic. And he was like, but look. And he went back to, he said, I'm going to mess the quote up, but not as bad as some other people mess up quotes. He said, I know who I am. And me knowing who I am means I can't be anti-Semitic. And the dude said, what? And he kind of grinned and he said, I know who I am. And because I know who I am, I can't be anti-Semitic. And they say, it's not enough. You still have more work to do. What more? What more is there to do? What more is there to do? And I have to admit, since all of this kind of happened, I haven't watched the NBA. The only way I saw the Jaylen Brown piece is, I was looking at the news stuff on my YouTube page. Because believe it or not, there's a news tab on YouTube where they put up news stories. And if, I guess the way the algorithm works, if you've been watching things, it's because I was looking for the Louis Farrakhan thing. I found it. I didn't get a chance to watch it. I'll watch it today. It was like an hour long and I didn't have an hour to watch the whole thing. But so I guess because I had been watching stuff with regard to Kanye West, Kyrie Irving, this popped up in my news feed with him. Initially talking about the Boston Celtics, but then he moved on to talking about Kyrie Irving. And he's like, he's been suspended. What? He's missed like 5 or 6 games now. He's met everything that they set out for him to meet, which he had a problem with that in and of itself, that they gave him all of these things that he has to do before he can play again. And he said, well, what signal does that send to us as players? He said, understand, we basketball players, but we also human. So what signal does that send to us as basketball players? It sends the signal that they want it to send. It sends the same signal, which I know a lot of y'all ain't going to agree with me here. I'm going to lose like half of y'all, at least. It sends the same signal that they sent when they said Colin Kaepernick couldn't get back in the league. Well, they didn't actually say he couldn't get back in the league, but they created a situation where they all got together and said, hey, come on, get in this huddle, All right, here's what we're going to do. I don't care how good he is. I don't care how bad he is. You can talk to him. You can talk about him. But you cannot sign that in. All right, everybody. No Colin Kaepernick on 3. 1, 2, 3, right. They huddled up and they said, no Colin Kaepernick. They were sending the same signal to those NFL players that they're sending to y'all NBA players right now. Same signal. This one may be a little more overt, but it's the same signal. There's some stuff you can say, and there's some stuff you can do. But if your black ass think you can just say and do anything you want to, We got a trick for you. You'll be sitting on the sideline watching the game. You are not going to be doing that stuff. That's the message they sending y'all, Jalen. It really is what Wyatt said. I said it before Wyatt said it. I said it before Wyatt said it, maybe not as eloquently. That's right, I'm taking the credit, Wyatt. I said it, maybe not as eloquently. But they got him. They gathered all y'all together because this is public. They're not doing this stuff in secret. This is public. They got him. They say, hey, all y'all, come in here. Let me show y'all what happened when you get out of line. And they beat his ass. Okay, in this case, they didn't use a whip. But they beat his ass. And I honestly believe part of what's happening with Kyrie is they saying, because that wasn't just a message for NFL players. That was kind of a message for everybody. Yeah, y'all can wear Black Lives Matter if you want to, because we said it's okay. We gave y'all to go ahead. Thumbs up. Wear it. Because they understand, if I tell you can wear Black Lives Matter, how powerful is it when you wear Black Lives Matter? That sounds crazy, don't it? Well, Emanuel, it should be just as powerful to wear it, whether they say we can wear it or whether they don't. No, it make a difference. It make a difference. When you, and this is, I've always thought, this is one of the lessons that they learned from the 60s, the civil rights movement of the 50s and 60s. Let them march. But we don't want those in our community marching down the streets. No, fool. If we just tell them they can march, they ain't doing nothing but walking down the street. Let them walk down the street. Who do it hurt? They walk down the street, they give some speeches, they go home, we go back to doing what we've been doing. Now, when we tell them you can't march, and then they show up and they peacefully march, and we beat them back, we look bad. Now they doing something. But if we just tell them, oh, y'all want to march? All right, go ahead. Matter of fact, we'll block off the street for you. You can march all day. Give speeches, hold a rally all day. You're really just kind of walking down the street. So when you're given permission to do it, some of the power of it is taken. Not all, but some of the power of it is taken. So when the NBA put Black Lives Matter on the back of their jerseys, how much did it really mean? When the police chiefs and all of that stuff start kneeling, the police chief in Cincinnati, the sheriff in Hamilton County, and we'll take a knee. I told y'all they was taking a knee when Chief Elliot Isaac, I don't believe there's an S on the end of his name, I'm not sure. When Chief Elliot Isaac was kneeling in front of District 1, at that exact same moment, they were telling me in the back of District 1, I couldn't go in the same place that the white reporters could go. And if y'all think I'm lying, I'm pretty sure the video is still up on my page somewhere. I'm not lying. So he's in the front kneeling. I stand with you. I stand for racial justice and equity. And in the back, the police are saying, nah, you ain't white. You can't come up here with them. I'm media, bruh. Here's my media pass. No. So just because when they say it's okay, when it's sanctioned, it ain't that powerful. Samuel says, when Jerry Jones took a knee, it didn't feel right. And it didn't feel right because it wasn't. It wasn't. When is it power? How is it power if I give you permission to do it? If I want to say F the police live on the air, and the radio says, okay, Emanuel, we give you permission to say F the police. I'm probably not going to say F the police. I'm going to come up with something a little more strong. The police say, oh, it's fine for you to say that. I'm going to say something a little more strong. The point ain't just to be contentious, confrontational. What's that other word that everybody always calling me? I can't think of it. I had coronavirus, so, my brain don't work like it used to. It ain't just to be that. Some of it is to be that. But some of it is to kind of shock you into a new realm of reality. So when the NBA says, we're going to put Black Lives Matter on the court and we're going to put it on your jerseys, it'll be a beautiful way of saying, hold on, you going to commercialize? I'm surprised did they sell Black Lives Matter merchandise? Did they ever sell the jerseys with Black Lives Matter on them? I wouldn't be shocked if they did. We can take it and make money off of it. Hey, it's great. Even if we don't make money, it's great PR for us. Now do something with the same meaning that they haven't sanctioned. Whoa. Well, we didn't say you could do that. Yeah, but this is what I'm doing. Yeah, but this is what I'm doing. Well, we're not okay with that. Until there's enough pushback, and then, yeah. We were on your side all along. We're not against taking a knee. I don't know why we ever even let people believe that. We're 100% behind taking a knee. Yeah, but y'all blackballed a dude for it. So yeah, I believe that the message that they're sending with Kyrie is the message that they sent with Colin. Just a little stronger and a little more public. Because this is a dude that was actually on the court playing. And they're like, nope. Get your ass off the court. And you can't go back on the court until we say so. Well, what do I have to do to get back on? Here's what you have to do. Okay, I did all of that. Well, there's still more. What? What more? 513-717-5464. 513-717-5464. I think it's the same message they sent with Grandmaster Jay. Hold on, don't be out here. Because I know, I had a small conversation with Wyatt about Grandmaster Jay. Not Jam Master Jay. Not the one with Run DMC. The one who had the Not Effing Around Coalition. He got 7 years. He pointed a flashlight that was mounted on the barrel of a gun at police. Clearly, he wasn't trying to shoot him because he didn't shoot. Clearly, that wasn't the case. Their issue is, and this is the truth, because even if you believe what he was doing was a little bit of a joke, which some people do. Like, he marched up here. He knew the Klan wasn't going to be there, but he marched up there anyway. He knew they weren't gonna be there. That's a joke. That was just a PR stunt in itself. Right. But they understand a lot of the stuff that they do is a joke. It's a stunt. A lot of what they do is a stunt. But they understand the value of sending a message. I felt like that's what Grandmaster Jay, again, not Jam Master Jay, Grandmaster Jay, felt like to some degree that's what he was doing. Because I know watching a group of black people with guns march to the Klan headquarters or march on a city that had perpetrated some racial injustice. That's empowering. I mean, just the image. Yeah, you don't believe images are important? Images are important. That's why they throw all of those images at us. That's where we got Uncle Sam, the character. Because they understand the value of an image. They understand that. Oh, hold on. Little baby wants something. What? Okay. You got your school pictures? Go get them. So they understand the value of an image. He understood the value of an image. He understood the value of an image. And it was saying to a lot of black people, yeah, no, I was on the air at that time. And I was talking to black people. And black people was like, yeah, it's time that we take up guns and that we organize and, kind of, white people they got their militia. Why can't black people kind of do the same thing? Why can't we come together with our guns and march down the street as a show of unity and that we're not afraid? And they like, hold on. Let's do something for this end. Start something. He gonna start something. That image will start something. And we can't have that. I got a call coming in. Caller.
Hi, Emanuel. How are you?
Fame. I am fantastic. How are you?
I'm pleasant. Thanks for having me.
Hold on. Before you start. Did you get with Lincoln?
Well, I gave that lady my number. Told her, I saw him when he said that on the air.
Okay.
I called her.
All right. I'm actually going to call him and remind him to call you because it sounded like he had an opportunity. And if nothing else, I love the fact that the brother was thinking about you for an opportunity, and I'm going to encourage that. So I'll reach out to him and remind, because, he's like 83. So I'll remind him to reach back out to you. But go ahead.
Oh, definitely. I definitely appreciate that. But, as far as this University of Virginia shooter, from what I understand, that he last talked to because his parents have spoke out, the shooter, and they talked to him a month ago, and he said something about he was being bullied at school, but he didn't really go into much detail. And his dad told him, like, don't worry about it, just keep playing, and don't let that distract you.
Okay.
What it sounds like to me is he was just a raging asshole who just, lost and made some bad decisions in the interim.
Now it sounds like that to you based on what details do you have to make that determination?
That 3 people are dead and he didn't kill himself. He wasn't trying to make a point. When you try to make a point, you would kill yourself.
No.
He wasn't. People who try to make a point kill themselves. You've seen The Life of David Gale, that movie.
Hold on. But just because that's the way that some people choose to do it, doesn't mean that's the way that everyone chooses to do it.
Well, apparently he just wanted the problem to subside or whatever, and in the interim.
But you don't know that because you have no details. It's kind of difficult for you, or at least I would think it would be kind of difficult for you to come to a solid conclusion about a thing with no details.
There's 20-year-olds dead because of this asshole. Because of him. There's no need to kill 3 people.
How do you know that?
You have no reason to shoot 3 people.
What happened to him? What happened?
Run away when the first one started getting blasted.
Wait, what happened to him to put him in that position?
He was unstable.
What happened to him to make him unstable?
I don't know.
Exactly.
Apparently, he had a 2-parent home. You know, he was just a raging asshole.
Okay.
And it finally came to and it just finally hit the fan. Okay. There's no need to kill 3 people. 3 peers.
I mean, you would think that there's no need, but again, minus any details, like not even one. Minus
the only detail
any
you
details.
Need to know is that 3 people were shot.
That's not the only detail that you need to know.
On campus.
That's not the only detail that you need to know. Well, that may be the only detail. That may be the only detail that you need to know. So let me take that back. I apologize for trying to tell you how to think. So I'll take that back. And you have a right to your point of view. I guess what I don't understand is your point of view is almost based on nothing.
Okay. I'll give you my second point then. He didn't kill himself. He didn't kill himself. So he'd rather sit there and knowing he's gonna get caught. This guy ain't that dumb. You know you're gonna get caught, so why don't you just end yourself too? Because you didn't have a point to prove. You was just being an asshole.
Okay.
That's all. I'm sorry. I have no sympathy for this guy. I don't even want to hear his story. I don't want to hear the story about how his dad wasn't shit and beat the hell out of him and his mom drank and was on that shit. I don't want to hear none of that.
Fame, Fame, I'm going to make something up. I'm making it up for a reason, okay? Just follow me for a moment. Because this will tell me, and there is no wrong answer, all right? What if, and I'm not saying that this is what happened. What if you found out that those 3 guys had been raping him and he had reported it and no one was doing anything about it, and he was in a situation where maybe they had threatened to do it again, and that was the action that he decided to take? You're not going to do this to me ever again, and you're never going to do this to anyone else. Then would you still say, oh, he was just being an asshole, he should have killed himself?
Yeah, because the police, that's one thing college police don't play with is campus rape.
What? You didn't just say that.
They don't mess around with that.
Hold on, you didn't just say that. But that is one thing police definitely will mess around with, especially if the person doing the rape is a high-profile athlete. Police and these higher institutions of higher learning will protect their institution above all. They don't care about no male or no female being victimized. They will protect. And again, I'm not saying this is what happened, but the idea that there's no college in America that will look the other way because of a rape is just asinine.
They'll look the other way if you're Alabama football. This is Virginia football. Ain't nobody give a rip about Virginia football. They'll look the other way for Kentucky basketball, Kentucky or Duke basketball, not Virginia football. You getting that work.
Okay.
Sorry.
You're making no sense
that
now.
Argument ain't gonna work on this. No.
I know you're making no sense now, but go ahead.
No, you're not making any sense. I'm making sense. You just don't understand the politics of college sports.
I do.
This guy, this university, nobody cares about its athletics.
Trust me. That. Look. Virginia football brings in money. Their athletic program brings in money to the school. A lot of it. And if you don't,
not as shabby as they are this year.
Oh my goodness! All right.
But what was the other thing you were talking about?
We're just saying it's nonsensical on that. So yeah, let's move on. I was
I was talking about. Don't be dismissive because we disagree.
I'm dismissing you because
50 or 15.
No, I'm dismissing you because what you said made no sense. That
No,
not
you're
because we
dismissing it because
disagree.
You're
No,
being disagreeable.
we
That's
can
fine.
disagree,
It's,
but make some sense. But I
it,
talked
it,
about Kyrie Irving and how basically they are publicly buck breaking him.
oh yeah, there's really no more to add to that or deduce from it. It's just he's being bug broken, and unless he comes out hat in hand in front of a recorded statement, basically crying, doing something like that, he won't be playing anytime soon. So, but I think you're dead wrong on this Virginia stuff. So, but I'm gonna leave it there. It's been real. I had fun, and we'll chat again soon. Be well.
All right, see. I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't know what. It just didn't make sense. And again, I want to keep saying this because I don't want to put out there, these young guys, they lost their lives. And I don't want nobody saying, well, I heard on this show that they was raping it. No. That's not what I'm saying. I just brought that up as a potential scenario to make the point that without details, anything is possible. And it might not be the best idea to make a judgment without the details. Because the details could be horrendous from their perspective on things that they may or, whatever. We don't know. That's what I'm saying. So please don't, assume that I'm saying that I don't have any inside information. I'm not saying that this is what happened. I'm saying I don't know. Point is, could have been prevented if he had been carrying a gun for months. That is the story as I hear it. He had been carrying a gun. They were investigating, and he was not cooperating with that investigation. They were investigating. He was not cooperating with that investigation. He had actually been convicted, according to, let me see, this story, which is, CNN. According to this story, wait a minute. Keep going. He was the subject of a pending case with the university's Judicial Council when Sunday's shooting unfolded on September 15th in context of reviewing a potential hazing issue. UVA Student Affairs heard from a student that Mr. Jones made a comment to him about possessing a gun. The person did not see Mr. Jones in possession of a gun, and the comment about owning a gun was not made in conjunction with any threat. In the course of their investigation, university officials spoke with Mr. Jones's roommate, who gave no indication of the presence of any weapons. In the course of their investigation, university officials discovered that Mr. Jones previously had been tried and convicted of a misdemeanor concealed weapons violation in 2021, for which he received a 12-month suspended sentence and a small fine. So you need to blow your nose. So I don't know that it's fair to say that the school did anything wrong. You're investigating. There gotta be some stuff. Somebody said that he said something about a weapon. What? He said something about a weapon? Well, he didn't threaten nobody with the weapon. What, did you see a weapon? I didn't see a weapon. And he didn't threaten nobody with the weapon. Okay. Well, let's go talk to his roommate. You ever seen him with a weapon? No, I ain't never seen no weapon. And you ain't never heard him threaten nobody. Never heard him threaten nobody with a weapon. All right. So all they got is somebody said that they heard him talk about a weapon. And there's not a whole lot you can do with that. But investigate, which is what they were doing. Just what they were doing. They were investigating. So, I don't know. He had previously been penalized for a concealed weapons violation in February 2021. Yeah, that's what I just read. But that still don't mean he's got a weapon. No, you said that's enough right there. It's not. That is not enough right there. The idea that because someone had previously been convicted of something means they're automatically doing it with no evidence is not enough. That's not enough. Let's go back to the phone. CK.
Hey, what's up, Mr. Livingston? How you doing, brother?
I'm doing good, sir. How about you?
Man, I like the last call. I got to say, as a suicide advocate, that is not why people kill themselves to make a point. You murder yourself to get away from things. You don't kill yourself to make a point. You think Kyrie Irving gonna blow his head off and say, "Hey, I was right about the documentary"? You don't kill. You kill yourself when you're trying to get away. You know what I'm saying? You don't do it to make a point. Who kills themselves to make a point? You stay alive to make a point to prove that you can do it.
That's what I would think, but some people view things differently.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
you got to make sure when you coming in, like, listen, he murdered the people. Like, we don't know. Like you said, you don't know what was going on.
Right.
You don't know, but you got to remember that it's very hard to take your own self out. It's easy to kill other people. You don't want to put the gun in the barrel of the gun in your own mouth and pull the trigger. You know what I mean? That's not a good way to go. You know what I mean? You rather just let die of natural causes.
Yeah, I would think so. I would.
Yeah. It's like, but then, like you said, that's why you said about the hazing. The bullying is very dangerous. It's just like when you said they invited you to the house to murder you.
Yes.
Like, come on now. Why would you go?
Exactly.
And that's what's going on every day on the internet. They like, I promise you, come on this street, come on. They begging you, all right, they like telling you to come. And that's why you got to make sure you never threaten anyone. That's a cardinal thing. Because threats you just letting the person know. You do what you have to do, but don't make a threat.
I understand what you're saying. Yes.
Yeah. You don't let the person, because now they own you. They fight. I might scare you into killing me because I'm threatening you. You got to protect you and yours.
And like I was saying earlier with the guy who told me to come to the house so he could murder me. Trust me, if I show up at the house, I'm not showing up with the idea of getting murdered. I'm showing up with something to prevent myself from getting murdered.
You said you got that Denzel Washington on you.
I'm just saying I'm not showing up to die.
you got that equalizer. Yeah. And that's where we going wrong. It's like, and you was making a great point with the basketball players. At that very moment, when you was on the air, I knew they were some ignorant fools. I said NBA athletes are the dumbest athletes. Because look at the stuff they was putting on the back of their jerseys. Didn't nobody tell the truth. I wanted somebody to say, the NCAA picked me for $4.6 million. Now, if I would have seen that on the back of a jersey, I would have been like, oh, okay, they intelligent. But the stuff they were saying, they sounded like slaves. They didn't sound like articulate guys when they was putting that Black Lives Matter on. They said, like, how did you feel at the moment when they was doing that?
In all honesty, I'm not sure. I understood why the players would do it. I understood that. I did feel like, the NBA, they not, like I hear people, they're the most progressive league and blah, blah, blah. Now, they have a whole lot of billionaires who want to make money to some degree off the backs of these talented majority black athletes. And they don't care about no Black Lives Matter. So why are they putting it on the floor was a question. But I'll be honest, I didn't really give it much thought. But I wasn't like, the NBA cares. No, but I could understand why the players would want to do it.
If you compare leagues, look at the league. The NBA are the most ignorant. because they like LeBron James. He talk a good game, but you can tell he can't hold his own. He like a teleprompter. He's not articulate. Like when he was saying that about Kyrie, you could tell somebody told him what to say. It's like he's not even coming up with this on his own.
I don't know if I agree with that. I think he came up with it on his own. I understood what he was doing, but I thought he could have just said no comment. But I think they put people like that in a corner, because I'm gonna allow you to say things about certain things. Like, LeBron makes a lot of statements about a lot of things. The people go to LeBron and they ask him questions, and he makes a lot of statements about a lot of things. I think sometimes that's a trap, because I'll let you talk about George Floyd. Okay, I'll let you talk about, the Phoenix Suns owner. Okay, I'll let you talk about, I can't remember his name, the Clippers owner.
Hillary Clinton.
I'll let you talk about all of that stuff. But when the time comes, when you need to make the right statement, you better make the right statement. So he couldn't say no comment, because he's made all of these other comments. So he was kind of backed into a corner. And I feel like he tried to say the least offensive thing with regard to Kyrie, but he really should have said nothing or supported Kyrie's right to free thought and free speech.
But his character cannot make the statement like, I am against hate speech. No, you are not. You retweet hateful stuff all the time on your platform, Mr. LeBron. So that's what makes me believe he don't even believe what he's saying, because you retweet like this black on black violence music and like it's nothing. Things that should have got you canceled. So you can't tell me you're against hate speech when they're talking about murdering black people and selling black vagina. You tweet about that. It's all good, and nobody says anything.
I have to be honest.
You say you against hate speech.
See, I have to be honest. I don't follow LeBron James on Twitter, but he's advocating for selling black vagina. Wow.
Yeah, the song, I'm saying, if you was to equalize him with Kyrie, he could be hit for the same stuff. He retweeted songs that said those type of things. And one time he did get in trouble for saying, I'm looking for Jewish money. I want Jewish money. And he had to apologize. This happened 4 years ago. He said, I want Jewish money. And they got on his ass, but he quickly apologized. They whipped him, but he came right and apologized. But remember, that was the rap. So you do put out the same stuff. It's the same, because he's just in trouble for retweeting a movie. So retweeting a song with hateful lyrics is equal.
Okay, yeah,
right?
I get the parallel. Yes, I do. Yes, I actually, to a large degree, agree with you. Yes.
Yeah, and remember, and he got a whooping one time, but he didn't fight it. He just came, like you said, he know what to say at the right time. Oh, my bad. I was trying to do, every time we trying to enlighten, he tried to give him a compliment, but they didn't like that. When you say, I'm looking for Jewish money. So he came right out and apologized. Oh, I'm sorry for anybody I offended. So I can't believe that these are your own thoughts. It's just me looking like you got a whooping, and now you're coming back to the public and screwing your thoughts.
All right.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Man, this is a good show, man. So I think you can get up to, 100,000 subscribers. This is yeah, I really do. See, you laugh.
No,
that's what I'm calling for. I'm trying to promote your program.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I could get up to 100,000. I only got 99,932 to go.
That's what I'm talking about right there. Look at God. Look at God. And see, you doing God's work. And remember, you know what I mean? Just keep positive. Don't let the people, turn you into evil. You got to keep your positivity about it. Stay a man of God. Don't let Satan turn you on the other side, because that's what they try to do. What they try to do with this internet. You know what I mean? But much love to everybody, to the family, everybody. Y'all keep doing good and keep making money. Millions.
All right, CK. I appreciate the call. $99,932 to go. I'm almost there. I'm almost there. Will you be one? Will you be one? Oh, I'm almost there. Janice says, hold on, it jumped right before I came to your comment, Janice. Janice says, what's disrespectful about saying I want Jewish money? You're not supposed to say that. You can think it, but you can't say it. You can't post it. You can say, hey, I want the black dollar. You can say that. You can say, I want that white money. Yeah. I'll tell you, I want to cross over. I want that white money. You can say that. Yeah, we want that Latino dollar. That's right. The Latino community growing. I want to get that Latino money. You can't say I want that Jewish money. You can't say that. I remember the NBA gave hell to Abdul Rauf for just praying during the national anthem. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. Oh, come on, act right. I got to start doing product sponsorships. All right. Let me see. We know they make a lot of money. Yeah. I saw a video of LeBron James. I can't remember the brother whose podcast it was. And I wish I could. I'd give him credit. But I saw he put up a video. LeBron was at a wedding dancing. Nothing wrong with that. But then there was a video where LeBron was at some sort of ceremony. Don't know what it was. And he was walking hand in hand. There was a hand sandwich with this older Jewish guy and all of this. I don't know what to call any of that stuff. And I don't really want to be offensive. Not because I'm afraid of Jewish people, but just because I don't like to disrespect people, period. Y'all know me. But he had on all of his gear. That might be disrespectful, but you know what I mean. And he was walking with this guy, and he was an older guy, and he was kind of, bent over. And LeBron, he was a shorter dude, so LeBron had to really bend over to walk with him. And it really looked reverential. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with looking reverential or, having a great deal of respect for somebody else's religious practices. Nothing wrong with that, but it looked a little too reverential. You know what I'm saying? Like that. And I'm sure the lens that I'm looking at it through, I'm not a LeBron James fan anyway. Ever since he posted the gorilla on the cover of that magazine. I'm not a big fan of his anyway. But it was a rabbi. Yeah, I know it was a rabbi. Yarmulke. It was a whole hookup. Head to toe. He had on a whole hookup. But, the lens that I was looking at it through, again, I'm not a fan of LeBron. And, after his comments and all of that kind of stuff, I was like, I just wasn't, I wasn't feeling it. I wasn't feeling it. But who am I? Who am I to determine what is right and, what somebody should or shouldn't do? Who am I to make that determination? Let me see. All right, I'm about to get ready to get up out of here. I know I started late, but I'm not going past 5. And actually, I think I need to take this little baby upstairs and get her ready. She's got wrestling practice tonight. She's starting wrestling. She's starting wrestling. You can't beat that. You can't beat that. 3rd generation wrestler. Gorgeous Rick Rhodes, then her daddy, and now her. You can't beat it. And she got her school pictures. Can I show your school pictures? Huh? You said no?
I said yeah.
Oh, She got her school pictures. I don't know. I haven't looked at them. Let's see what we got here. These are not your school pictures. There's only like a couple little pictures of you here. Oh, this is the little promotion. She still got time to order the pictures. Okay. All right. I know they not because the focus is all the way back here, so I know they wasn't focused. All right. You got some nice pictures there. You got some nice pictures there. Hold on, wait a minute. You crazy as hell for putting her in wrestling. There is nothing wrong with wrestling. There is absolutely nothing wrong with wrestling. Nothing. And, you know, again, her being a third generation wrestler, hey, you can't beat that. She might grow up, be bigger than The Rock. If you smell what the little baby is cooking. You never know. All right, y'all. Oh, hold on. I ref wrestling. I'm sure she will be at the Mason Trophy tournament the weekend before Christmas. I do think she's preparing for some tournament. Again, I don't put her in wrestling. I'm not her parent. I'm not her parent. I just support whatever she do. So if her parents put her in wrestling, well, she says she's excited. She said, "Grandfather, I have wrestling fighting today, and I am excited. I'm a little scared. I know I'm going to be a little scared when it comes time to wrestling fight, but I'm excited about it." That's all right. You can't beat that. How old is little baby? She is 4. She'll be 5 actually in December. The beginning of December, she'll be 5. What did you do? Talk your opponents into submission? Hey, I had skills. And my finishing move, one of them, my main finishing move was figure 4 leg lock. Figure 4 leg lock. And if any of y'all think it don't hurt, I challenge you to let me put you in it. Let me put you in it. I bet I can make you tap. I will put up $100 if you don't tap within 30 seconds. I will give you $100. I actually think her being in wrestling is a good idea. Well, thank you. Thank you. That's not an actual challenge. I'm not actually putting up $100. I don't want to put nobody in a figure 4. I'm not into causing people pain. But the figure 4 definitely does hurt. Figure 4, I'll tell you some moves that really hurt. Some of them moves genuinely, they don't hurt. But you put the figure 4 on somebody and you put some pressure on it, that hurt. You put somebody in like the Boston Crab, that hurts. You put somebody in, y'all remember the Iron Sheik, and he used to put people in the camel clutch? Don't ever allow yourself to be put in a camel clutch. Do whatever you can to not get put in the camel clutch. That hurts. That hurts. Cobra clutch, it can hurt, but it's not that bad. Cobra clutch can hurt. It's not that bad. And these are all moves I've been put in. These are all moves I've been put in. Nat says the DDT. It's really kind of hard to DDT somebody effectively. It's a move that is a manufactured move. So because you grab somebody and you kind of ramming their head into the ground, but it's hard to do that effectively against somebody not trying to be put in it. A pile driver, that would be like the tombstone. A pile driver, well, clearly that'd break your neck. If it's like for real, yeah, that'll break your neck. No doubt about it. It has broken necks, even in the world of professional wrestling where they don't really mean to. They trying to protect you. Hold on. Terry says it's not a hurt move. It puts you to sleep. You talking about the Cobra Clutch? Cobra Clutch does not put you to sleep. The Cobra Clutch does not put you to sleep. Not at all. The Cocoa Butt. You talking about headbutting somebody? Headbutting somebody hurts, but it hurt the person headbutting too. I used to headbutt people. Come on. I used to headbutt people. You know it's coming, so you brace yourself for it. And it does hurt, but who gonna do that? A sleeper hole. Well, yeah, a sleeper hole. Really a sleeper. You just choke somebody out. I've been choked out too, by the way. I've been choked out too. It's not fun. But it's really not that bad either. Every time I've been choked out, it's happened multiple times. I wrestled for years. Every time I've been choked out, it was I slept, I went to sleep, and you dream about cartoons. Every time. Cartoons, and your body jerk a little bit. And, then you wake up. And it takes you a couple seconds to, get your bearings about you. And then that's that. But every time I've been choked out, you go to sleep and you dream of cartoons. Every time. Never have I not dreamed about cartoons. That's why when I be watching TV shows and movies and they choke somebody out and then they just pass out and they die. Like they choke them. Oh, he's dead. Like, no, it don't work like that. You got to choke them longer than that. Not that I'm giving anybody directions on killing. But I'm just telling you, when you see this stuff in the movies and nobody chokes somebody and then they die, that's not the way it works. You got to choke them a little longer than that for them to die. Because really, you cut off their wind, they passed out. In a minute, their body going to shake. And then they going to wake up like, huh? What? Huh? So when you see that in the movies, I always hate that. Like, it takes more time to choke somebody to death than those few seconds. What are they doing? Belly to belly suplex. That don't really hurt. That don't really hurt. I've been suplexed, German suplexed, and my favorite German suplex story. This has nothing to do with wrestling. And then I do have to go. And I had to go. For those of y'all who don't know, I sing in a band. I was singing with this band, and we were up at Silverton Cafe, to be precise. We were up at Silverton Cafe. And there were a lot of Caucasian people at Silverton Cafe this particular evening. And we up there singing. I don't know what we were singing. I wasn't leading the song. So I'm, doing my little two-step, do my, and then, lean in and sing my little background. And my two-step, and, getting it in. And there was this Caucasian group there. I believe they were celebrating somebody's wedding. Yes, at Silverton Cafe. And so, they were up and they were having fun. And there was this black guy, slender built dude. I would give him probably about 5'8", 5'9", but he was a slim guy. And he's, enjoying the time. And he had picked out one of the white women in the party. And they were dancing and having fun. And, he got a little rough with her. And she, get away from me. She was, inebriated. She was drunk. But, she get away from me. He got away from her. And he went and he apologized. We take a break and, we start back singing. We doing another song. Everybody dancing. They up having a good time. He come back in. He was doing some little move. I couldn't tell you exactly what it was. But he picked out this same young lady. And they got to dancing. And they was having a good time. And I think he got a little rough with her again. And, she, get away from me. And, they got away. We keep performing. We keep going. Everything is going good. So everybody's still having a really good time. He gets up, he see her out there dancing. He come back at her. He got his little move. I don't know what the move is called, but that's what he was doing. He get back up on her, and he somehow slipped behind her. and straight German suplex the lady, like just out of nowhere. He just and when he German it's not funny, but it was funny. You had to be there. I don't tell the story. You like, what is funny about a man German suplexing a drunk white lady? On the surface, it's not funny. But from the perspective of being up on stage, she had warning. She had ample warning. Don't dance with this dude. And I remember that last time when he came up to her, and I was thinking, no, just say no. Just say no. And she's, sure, I'll dance with you. It's like, oh, that's a bad idea. And they danced about halfway through the song, and then he got behind her, and he German suplexed her, and it just shut everything down. Of course, we kept playing because the song wasn't over. And everybody is like, what is going on? And everybody kind of, because he got right back up and started back dancing. He started going towards another one. I'm like, he's going to be a serial German suplexer. She was okay. She was okay. She didn't get hurt. But it's not funny. There is nothing funny about a man German suplexing a lady on the dance floor unless you actually saw it. Oh my goodness. You had to be there. It is not funny. It was not funny. But I could not stop laughing. And I'm trying to sing my background part. And then right after that, when that song finishes, then they go to a song that I sing. And I'm like, there is no way. There is no way. I'm not going to make it through. I'm not going to make it through about 3 or 4 words of this song. I was just like, we just need to take a break. We just need to take a break. And they playing the song. I want to say it was I Wish. Doom, 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 doom. I'm like, there is no way. There is no way. We are Color Rhythm. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back in about 5 minutes. I think I laughed through the whole thing. Oh, it was just horrible. It was horrible. Oh my goodness. I wish it was on video. Y'all could see, but it's not funny. It is not funny. She was okay. She was okay. Did they leave together? No, but she danced with him again. Like, no. But this time when she was dancing with him, she had some people around her. So I guess if he decided he wanted to slip behind and, they could break it up. But she danced with him again. I said, boy, some people never learn. Some people never learn. It was wild. It was wild. All right, y'all. I got to get ready to get out of here. Oh, I don't know. It was a straight up Brock Lesnar German suplex. A straight up Brock Lesnar German suplex. I was like, what in the hell is going on? I was concerned for her for a moment. This part is going to sound bad, but because when he suplexed her, one of the bar stools was right there. So he suplexed her onto the bar stool. So at first, and in the moment, I'm like, oh, she going to hit her head on the bar stool. But what happened was she kind of hit like right in but right around the shoulder blades on the bar stool, which stopped her from hitting the hard concrete really hard. Because it ain't concrete, but it might be wood or like tile floor or something like that. But if she would have hit that floor the way that he suplexed her with all the strength in it, she would have been hurt. She would have been hurt. But she hit like right between her shoulder blades, hit the bar stool, which slowed down her momentum. So she just kind of slid down the bar stool. It was a wild scene. Never seen anything like it before, except for this one time. And it was not I know ain't no white people listening, but tell all your white friends, every person that's black can't dance. Every black person can't dance. We played up at Latitudes. This is a little bar up in Anderson Township. We played a gig up there, and we doing what we do. And, everybody was on the floor dancing. people, they had their drinks and everything close to the end of the night, and everybody up there and everybody just dancing. And it's this one black guy. He couldn't dance. He couldn't dance. But because he was the only black dude in there on the dance floor, he was arranging people. And I thought, oh, he gonna make them do a Soul Train line. He lined them up. Yeah, I'm not making this up. I'm not exaggerating. I'm not even joking, anything. He lined them up on each side like it was gonna be a Soul Train line. I don't know what the hell he started doing, but he was doing something. His body was gyrating in some super weird way. And then they were all trying to mimic what he was doing. But I'm looking at it like, this nigga ain't dancing. That is not a dance. Why are y'all doing that? And so just the whole dance floor looked like they were having some sort of a spasm. And they really thought they was getting it in. So they all standing there, lined up next to, just think Soul Train line. And then he just starts, I can't even, he just starts moving crazy. And so then they all start moving crazy. It was the weirdest thing ever. And then when he left the dance floor, they all just kept doing it. And I'm like, that is not, that's not the new hip dance, y'all. Stop. And they just, I was like, oh my God, we got to take a break. Because it was hilarious. They wanted to borrow his cool for just a minute, but he didn't have no cool to lend. Oh my goodness. It was hilarious. You had to be there. It was hilarious. Who is it? Go ahead and answer it. Talk to him. No? Yeah. All right, y'all. I got to get ready. Well, I got to get out of here. Get this little baby so that she can get picked up. It's been the afternoon experiment. My name is Emanuel Livingston. Until next time, I hope something amazing happens in your life today. Life changing. I'm out, y'all. Peace.